Hey guys, welcome back. Ah, what a day. I have not been having the greatest day so far, um, but I'm trying to turn it around. Um, I know yesterday I had mentioned that I'm struggling with being like in and focusing when I'm reading the Bible and praying. So I had mentioned that I was going to pray before I made a video. I was going to start doing that regularly because I've done it in the past, but just not consistent. I've done it just randomly. So today I did. I prayed a little bit. Um, it helped a little bit, but I don't think that I got in as deep as I wanted to go. Um, I'm going to keep working on it. But I mean, hey, it's a win. I did pray. So I think, you know, you have to. I'm trying to work on seeing the positives and the wins every day instead of being hard on myself for the negatives and I feel like that's just not a healthy mindset to have. It's not a healthy perspective to have. So I'm trying to work on that. And I'm trying to, one of the things I prayed about right now was to have God help me get rid of the negative thoughts and to bring in positivity and a positive perspective, which, already is helping because I just, what I just said, like, before I prayed, I was seeing all the negatives. So, I mean, hey, it already helped. But, I'm just going to keep trying every day and just keep trying to do better and better. But hey, today's a win because I did pray, and I'm going to pray again after I read the Bible and finish today's video. So, you got to take your wins where you have it. And I think you just have to keep moving forward, trying to just make small changes because I personally believe that the way to make long lasting changes is to take it step by step each day, make small changes each day, because then I feel like that's going to help you in the end. It's almost like when people want to go on a diet and they just completely overnight just take away so much food and things and drinks, and then they're miserable, and then they end up falling off and binging, and then it's like this cycle that never ends. And I've done this before. I'm currently on a binge right now that I'm trying to get off of. um and I feel like the best thing you can do is just to make small changes. So right now, the changes that I'm trying to work on, specifically for my food, is I'm trying to drink less soda and have less dairy, because I'm very sensitive to dairy and I have it every day right now, and it's just killing me. So I'm trying to like cut that down. So I don't know, we'll see. And then when it comes to the Bible and God and praying and stuff, I'm just trying to, I think right now at the moment, I'm trying to work more on my praying because I feel like it's lacking. And so I think right now that's something I'm just trying to work on. And then I also want to start exercising, but I have hypermobile joints. So, like, I have a lot of sciatic nerve pain, hip joint pain, um, and it makes it difficult to exercise. And so, what I need to do is I need to get my core stabilized to keep my joints like stronger in my hip area. And so, I think what I'm going to do is also baby steps. I'm going to just start with small exercises that are tailored to people that have hypermobile joints to help kind of, because if you look it up, it's a thing. If you're not familiar with what I'm talking about. So that also is an area where I'm going to start small. So I think that's what I'm working on right now is each area of my life. I'm just going to start working on small things at a time, and then those things will add up in time. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's, it was a rough day already today, but I'm trying to get it back and finish off the day good. And I think, honestly, I had mentioned this recently in a video, like maybe a couple weeks ago, that when something bad happens, or a situation, or like a person upsets me or something, or I get anxious or overwhelmed or stressed, I need to just take a moment and reach out to God and pray. But I'm struggling with doing that. I'm so used to just the coping skills that I've been using, which is more just trying to just wait it out and just kind of let myself calm down, and then just try to, like, I mean, I don't even know, they're not good coping skills. I'm an emotional eater, unfortunately. So I find comfort in food a lot, and it's a problem sometimes, but I'm trying. Um, I'm doing way better than I used to, but I really, really would like to develop a, a coping skill of, okay, something happened, or I'm upset, or this morning, I was having a bad morning. I should have just told my husband, hey, I need a minute, gone to the room or bedroom or something and just prayed for a couple minutes with God and just turned to Him. Because I have done this before in the past, and let me tell you, it helps. It helps a lot to turn to God. And I would like to do that more. I would like for something to happen and my first thought be, let me pray, let me turn to God. I want that to be my first thought one day, and regularly. Like, I'm hoping to get to that place where something happens, I'm in a bad mood, or I get in an argument with someone, or I'm upset, or just something, or like today, like one of the things that happened was I dropped a can of food. It was just a half can. It was like tomato sauce or something, and it fell on my big toe, but it fell from a high place, so it fell right on my toe, and it, like, is it's huge bruise. I have a big cut from where the can hit, and it hurts. It's like totally killing my vibe. And I would have loved if, up until right now, that I'm talking, I would have loved for the past couple hours to have had the thought, oh, let me turn to God. Let me pray. Let me pray about this. Let me turn to God for comfort and help and guidance and support and healing. But those aren't my thoughts right now. So I think that's something that I just have to keep working towards. And that will just take time and just take baby steps each day. But I would love for that to be part of my regular day to day in the future. I would like that to develop into, okay, I'm having a hard time, let me turn to God, because He is the best person to turn to. And I know this, but I've only had God in my life for less than a year. So, I have to adjust how I've spent the past 30 years of doing things to now having someone that I can turn to for everything. And I can turn to my husband, but it's not the same. If you know God and have God in your heart and in your life, and you're getting to know Him, you know what I'm saying. It's not the same. No earthly human person can give you, at the end of the day, what God can give you. Yeah, I can go to my husband for a source of comfort, but God can give you so much more, you know? And so, I don't know. I think it's just a matter, of time, just keep getting to know Him, keep working on it. And I think eventually, the day will come when something happens and I do have the first thought, oh, okay, let me pray to God about this or turn to God. And I hope that day comes soon. But for now, I'm just going to keep taking baby steps. So I'm going to keep praying before I make each video and read the Bible, and hopefully I'll just grow in my prayers each day, you know? So that's all you can do. Baby steps, I think, is the key. But I mean, maybe that's not for everyone, but I think that that is the case for most people. For long-term success in anything, I think, is taking baby steps, in my opinion. So, anyways, I totally diverted completely from what I originally was going to say in my video at the beginning. Sorry about that. So let's get into today's chapters and see what's going on.
Depart from evil and do good and dwell forevermore. For the Lord loves justice and does not forsake his saints. They are preserved forever, but the descendants of the wicked shall be cut off. The righteous shall inherit the land and dwell in it forever. The mouth of the righteous speaks wisdom, and his tongue talks of justice. The law of his God is in his heart. None of his steps shall slide. The wicked watches the righteous and seeks to slay him. The Lord will not leave him in his hand, nor condemn him when he is judged. Wait on the Lord and keep his way, and he shall exalt you to inherit the land. When the wicked are cut off, you shall see it. I have seen the wicked in great power and spreading himself like a native green tree. Yet he passed away, and behold, he was no more. Indeed, I sought him, but he could not be found. Mark the blameless man, and observe the upright, for the future of that man is peace. But the transgressors shall be destroyed together. The future of the wicked shall be cut off. But the salvation of the righteous is from the Lord. He is their strength in the time of trouble, and the Lord shall help them and deliver them. He shall deliver them from the wicked and save them, because they trust in him. O Lord, do not rebuke me in your wrath, nor chasten me in your hot displeasure. For your arrows pierce me deeply, and your hand presses me down. There is no soundness in my flesh because of your anger, nor any health in my bones because of my sin. For my iniquities have gone over my head. Like a heavy burden, they are too heavy for me. My wounds are foul and festering because of my foolishness. I am troubled. I am bowed down greatly. I go mourning all the day long, for my loins are full of inflammation, and there is no soundness in my flesh. I am feeble and severely broken. I groan because of the turmoil of my heart. Lord, all my desire is before you, and my sighing is not hidden from you. My heart pants, my strength fails me. As for the light of my eyes, it also has gone from me. My loved ones and my friends stand aloof from my plague, and my relatives stand afar off. Those also who seek my life lay snares for me. Those who seek my hurt speak of destruction and plan deception all the day long. But I, like a deaf man, do not hear, and I am like a mute who does not open his mouth. Thus I am like a man who does not hear, and in whose mouth is no response. For in you, O Lord, I hope. You will hear, O Lord my God. For I said, hear me, lest they rejoice over me, lest when my foot slips, they exalt themselves against me. For I am ready to fall, and my sorrow is continually before me. For I will declare my iniquity. I will be in anguish over my sin. But my enemies are vigorous, and they are strong, and those who hate me wrongfully have multiplied. Those also who render evil for good, they are my adversaries, because I follow what is good. Do not forsake me, O Lord. O my God, be not far from me. Make haste to help me, O Lord, my salvation. I said, I will guard my ways, lest I sin with my tongue. I will restrain my mouth with a muzzle, while the wicked are before me. I was mute with silence. I held my peace even from good, and my sorrow was stirred up. My heart was hot within me. While I was musing, the fire burned. Then I spoke with my tongue. Lord, make me to know my end, and what is the measure of my days, that I may know how frail I am. Indeed, you have made my days as handbreadths, and my age is as nothing before you. Certainly every man at his best state is but vapor. Selah. Surely every man walks about like a shadow. Surely they busy themselves in vain. He heaps up riches and does not know who will gather them. And now, Lord, what do I wait for? My hope is in you. Deliver me from all my transgressions. Do not make me the reproach of the foolish. I was mute. I did not open my mouth, because it was you who did it. Remove your plague from me. I am consumed by the blow of your hand. When with rebukes you correct man for iniquity, you make his beauty melt away like a moth. Surely every man is vapor. Selah. Hear my prayer, O Lord, and give ear to my cry. Do not be silent at my tears, for I am a stranger with you, a sojourner, as all my fathers were. Remove your gaze from me, that I may regain strength before I go away and am no more.
I have to say, the book of Psalms is very beautiful. Like the way the wording is, it's very poetry, very, and it's just, there's something so like, I don't know, I don't want to say magical, but it's so just beautiful, Um, the way they say things, the words and how they say it, it's just so beautiful. And I really, really love the way that the woman that does the audio for these the chapters I do every day, it's from the app called Dwell. You can pick like different versions of the Bible, and you can pick different voices, and this is the one that I've been using for a while. And I love the way she says the words and how, and I just, there's something beautiful about it. And I'm not a poetry person. I'm not really like into that, but since we've been reading the Psalms, it's been very like, I can see why that there's people who, what's how I want to say this, why, how they see the beauty in poetry and why it means so much to them. I can understand it. And yeah, it's very beautiful. But I have to say, when I pray and talk to God, I don't I don't talk in a formal, rehearsed way. I talk to God like myself in what feels natural. I don't have a rehearsed prayer or um, thing that I want to say. I just talk to God with what feels natural to talk to Him and like myself. I don't put on a facade or anything like that. I just talk to Him how what feels natural to me. And I know that there are some prayers, that you can, is people are like, oh, this is a good prayer to, say. But for me personally, I feel like take my daughter, for example. If my daughter came to me one day and said something that was like rehearsed or wasn't her, I wouldn't really like that. I would want her to talk to me like herself and be her natural, unique self. That's how I would want my daughter to talk to me. And also with respect, of course, because I'm her mother. But so that's how I talk to God. I'm very honest with him. I talk to him with respect, but I am also my natural, unique self when I talk to him. And I think that some people get a little caught up in the formalities of like, oh, well, how should I pray? What should I say? And it's like, be yourself. Be yourself. Talk to God as yourself. I just, because if you're developing a relationship with God, don't you want to develop a relationship with him where you can be truly yourself and talk like freely and naturally? Like, I wouldn't want to put on a front with God or a facade, or I want God to love me and have a relationship with me as me, And like the same with my husband. I'm myself with my husband and he is with me. And I think that there's something beautiful about that. And I feel like not enough people are comfortable and confident enough to be themselves. And, yeah, God's not like physically in front of you, but you're still building a relationship with him. So just, food for thought, just something to think about. Anyways, well, I will see you guys tomorrow, and I hope that you guys have a great night. Bye.